Okay, here's our first section for 1-4, combining like terms. Now, in order for you to combine like terms, you really need to do two things. Thing number one is you need to ask yourself, do they have the same variable? And if you will recall, a variable just means the same letter. Okay? For example, x, y, z, dot, dot, dot. Okay. They also need to have the same exponent. Okay? And so if you will recall, that would be like x squared, x cubed, x to the fourth, dot, dot, dot. Okay. So those are our exponents. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of examples. Example 1, let's do something very, very simple. Let's say we have 8x plus 5 minus 3x. And the question becomes, if I want to combine my like terms and simplify this, what would I combine the 8x with? Would it perhaps combine with the 5, or would it perhaps combine with the 3x? Well, notice this has the letter x, that has the letter x, and so of course those two things will combine. Now notice one thing, that is a negative, so we'll be taking away. And so of course we have 8 minus 3x, which is 5x. And of course that is untouched, plus 5. And there's our very first example. Okay, let's move on to example 2. Let's try something a little bit trickier. What if I did something like this? 9y squared minus 3 plus 2y plus 6. Now notice, we actually see the same letters. We see a y right there and a y right there. My question is, can these combine? What do you think? And of course the answer is actually, no, they can't. This has a 2, a square. In fact, remember, as a term, it's an even term, and then this has a 1, it's an odd term. Those two things cannot combine. They do not have the same exponent. But we do know that negative 3, remember, pay attention to that negative, and positive 6, pay attention to that positive, those can in fact combine. So how would you write something like this? Well, you would always start with the highest degree first, so 9y squared. We go with our next highest degree, plus 2y, plus, because there's more positives than there are negatives, and of course 6 plus negative 3 is positive 3. Alright, let's move on to some more difficult examples. I would encourage you to pause this and finish taking the notes if you have not done so already. Alright, example 3. Let's start throwing some tough stuff at y'all. Let's say we have 5x squared minus 8 plus 12x minus 15x squared plus 10. Now, as we look at this, what are the things that we can combine? Well, let's see. I see an x squared right there, and I see an x squared right there. Notice this is a positive 5, and this is a negative 15. So what is positive 5 plus negative 15? And for those of you who struggle with adding positives and negatives, always think of it in terms of money. I would imagine here, I have $5, and I owe a good friend $15. After I give him my 5, how much would I have left over? Well, I would have nothing left over, but I would still owe him $10. And so we could say negative 10. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this positive 12x. Notice there are no more x terms, so I can in fact just drop that down as plus 12x. And of course we have our negative 8 plus 10. Remember, pay attention to that sign. Negative 8 plus 10 will give us 2. Okay, let's do one more example. Let's make this very, very tricky. 8b cubed minus 12y squared minus 18a plus 12b cubed minus 30 plus 6. Alright, let's see what combines and what doesn't. I notice here that I have an 8b cubed plus a 12b cubed. They're both positive. And of course 8 plus 12 will give us 20b cubed. Now, since I've started out with b's, I would look for any more b's. I don't see any. And the next highest degree that I see is actually this y squared. Do you see any more y squareds? No, so we just drop that down, minus 12y squared. How about right here, we have this minus 18a. Are there any more a terms? No, so minus 18a. However, here we do see negative 30 plus 6. And of course, negative 30 plus 6, there are more negatives than positives. And so we have negative 24. Alright, I hope this helps. Good luck, and I'll see y'all in your next section.